Hi friends, this is the lesson for the first Sunday after Easter. There are many things that happened after Jesus' followers discovered that he had risen from the dead, just like he had said he would do. During the next few weeks, we're going to think about a story each week that helps us understand Jesus in a new way. Jesus was not the type of king that his followers were expecting. They thought that he would be great and he would have soldiers and he would overthrow the government. In many ways, this time was a time for his followers to start putting the pieces together of a different kind of king, a different kind of Lord. So each one of these stories tells a piece of what Jesus wanted his followers to know after he rose from the dead. Here's our first story. On the first day of knowing Jesus in a new way, it was the women who went to the tomb. Early in the morning, they carried spices with them. They went to the place where Jesus' body had been buried. They were hoping to give him an honorable funeral. They weren't exactly sure how they would get into the tomb because a large stone had been rolled in front of the door. But when they got there, they found that the stone had been rolled away. And when they looked in the tomb, Jesus was not there. Jesus' body was not in the tomb. All they saw was the cloth linens that had been wrapped around Jesus' body that last time when they saw him die on the cross. The women ran back to tell the other disciples and followers what they had seen, but many of those disciples did not believe them. But Peter jumped up and ran to the tomb. It said that John ran too, and that he got there first. But when the disciples went into the tomb, they looked around and all they could feel was Jesus' absence. Jesus wasn't there. He wasn't where they expected him to be. Jesus was gone. He was totally gone. Mary Magdalene, one of the women, came up and stood outside the tomb weeping. Peter and John went back, but Mary stayed. "Woman, why are you weeping?" she heard. She looked up and saw two men in white. They said to her, "Jesus has gone on. Tell the disciples to meet him in Galilee." "Woman, why are you weeping?" Mary heard again. She turned around and thought maybe the gardener had spoken to her. She said to him, Tell me where they took Jesus. Tell me where he is, and I will take him. And then the man said to her again, using her name, Mary. And when Mary heard her name, she knew. She knew that it was he. She must have stepped forward because Jesus then said, no, you cannot hold me now. I have not yet ascended. Then Jesus was gone. And Mary went back to tell the others. Now, I wonder if there is something near you at your house that would help us tell this story. You can look around where you are and see if there's something that you want to bring to this story.